Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutiresha Bhavat Kripa Shri Mahima Prasadat Prapta Maya Shri Gurave Mahatmani Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namastasmai Sadaikasmai Kasmai Jinmase Namaha Yadetad Vishwarupena Rajate Guru Rajate Yadetad Vishwarupena Rajate Guru Rajate. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru. The first few, whatever we have done, let us chant together. Tapo yajna danadibhih shuddha buddhih virakto nipade pade tuchha buddhya parityajya sarvam yadapnoti tattvam param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi dayalum gurum brahmanishtam prashantam samaradhyamatya vicharya swarupam yadapnoti tattvam nididhyasya vidvan param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi Yadanandarupam prakashaswarupam nirastaprapancham parichedaheenam aham brahma vrityaikagamyam turiyam param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi yadajnanato bhati vishvam samastam vinashtam cha sadyo yadatma prabodhe manovagatitam vishuddham vimuktam param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi. In the previous one, all are important, but two things you should remember, that prakasha swarupam, that is, it need not be illumined by anything else. Generally people say that who will discover the Atma? That means we are still thinking in the objective way, that to see something a light has to come. But this is the light in itself, this is the revealer. It has to be swaprakasha. Prakasha swarupam means swaprakasha. There is nothing else in the universe which is swaprakasha. To reveal the sun also, our consciousness has to reveal. Only the consciousness to reveal, there is no second entity. The consciousness has to reveal itself. Suppose if there is something which is revealing the consciousness, then that revealer will be the real consciousness or the Atma. The revealed will always be a subtle or gross or any object before it. That we should remember, Swaprakasham or Prakasha Swarupam. Similarly, Yad Anandarupam. This Anandarupam attract people, that Nirantar Sukha, Ananda, that, oh, I will not have any dukkha, I will have. So we think of the Ananda as we generally have in the world. So we are given to always looking for something to be enjoyed. We want to enjoy something. Now, when will we enjoy something? Only when it is different from me? Is it not? We want to enjoy something different from me. Actually, the greatest enjoyment can be in the self, but we don't know that. Our tendency is always to look for the second, which we can enjoy in the world. This is called bhoga ichha, that is desire to enjoy. Bhoktritva, bhogecha. So that is the trouble, because our tendency to look for something is that we want to enjoy something. That is why we want to look for the second. And as long as we are looking for the second, we cannot become the Atma. So it is by itself preventing our self-realization. This we must. So we should try to win over our tendency to enjoy always. Whatever to be done, we will do. Why should we link it to that? By doing this, if I get this, then I will be happy. If you remove that part, you will be finding that always we are happy. We are doing whatever to be done from a standpoint of joy only. That is, we are not doing anything to gain joy, but we are doing everything out of joy. Joyously we will do everything. That is the spirituality. So, even in the last point in Samadhi also, because just before we get merged into the Brahman, there is Ananda, which they are calling Ananda Swarupam. Now, if the moment that bliss comes, if our focus goes to that bliss, then we will never be able to become the self, become the Brahman. That last step will not be coming, because of our tendency to enjoy our bhogecha. It comes with the real Ananda, because that is the real Ananda which is trickling through different objective things and all. But in that state also, if the mind goes that bliss, oh bliss, gone. We have to, there sadhana is to not to look into that Ananda aspect at all. Ananda will always be there with the Ananta, with the infinitude. Now let us come to this. Yat means, again, there all this yat, they are referring to the Param Brahma Nityam Tad. Tat Param Brahma, Tat Nityam Param Brahma Aham Eva Asmi. So all other yat means that which is like this, that which is this, that Param Brahma I am. So yat ajnanato bhati, ajnanatah bhati. Yad ajnanatah bhati means, bhati means, bha means prakasha. That you must be knowing. Our country is called Bharata. Why? Because Rata means engaged in. Here the people were, the rishis were engaged in the sadhana, pursuit of prakasha, the ultimate revealer, the knowledge. So Bharata means that. So Bhati means shines, prakashita. Bhati means to shine. Yad ajnanato bhati, that means because of the ignorance of which the world shines. The world is coming. Yad ajnanato, this word you should understand. It is not yada ajnanataha. It is yad ajnanataha. That means by the ignorance about which, that truth, we are ignorant about the truth. What is the truth? I am universal, it is transcendental, my identity is transcendental, beyond even one. But what you can say one? I think I am small. This is the ajnana about the truth. I am not the Brahman is the ajnana we are suffering from. So because of the ajnana of which, ignorance of which, bhati, what bhati? Vishwam samastam. The whole universe, the whole creation is shining. It is because we don't know. Who am I? It is shining in me, in that I. That is the real shine, that is the revealer, in which many things are appearing to be. But for us the reality is whatever is revealed. We miss the revealer. So the ajnana, the ignorance about the revealer, makes the world shine as real. Are you able to get it? Yes. The ignorance about the reality makes the world shine as real. Vinashtam cha sadyo yadatma prabodhe. And this whole reality of the world immediately vanishes when we develop the Atma Prabodha. See, again pra is used, Prakrishta Bodha. Everybody has the Atma Bodha. We are all functioning only with that I. We cannot otherwise function. But we don't have the Prabodha, the proper identity. Who am I in reality? We don't know. Now when we get that prabodha, that come to know of what is the Atma, who am I, then immediately the reality of whatever infinite variety of the universe, it all loses its reality. It appears that in dream so many things are happening. We don't give so much of importance, but in dream we give importance to all that is happening. But coming out of it we don't give any importance. Because everything has boiled down to the mind. Try to understand very in detail, very much in detail. Samastam vinashtam cha sadyo yadatma prabodhe. The whole thing as if get dissolved in the reality of the thing get dissolved. The Jagat will be there. We will still function. We will be in the Jagat. We will see that everything will be there. But it will lose its attraction, repulsion, everything. They are all appearance in the same Atma, the same consciousness. They generally give the example of, it's a very common example in Shankaracharya literature, Rajju Sarpa it is called, the rope and the snake. It is so common that we don't generally feel like talking about it. But we have to understand the real import of it. What is that? You are moving in the dusk or so, in the semi-darkness or so, suddenly you find a snake and you get scared. You start shouting, whatever. Now that snake is appearing to be real to you. It is a real snake to you. When that snake is becoming unreal, when you discover, no, it is not the snake, it is rope. So, the logic is the knowledge of the rope completely takes away the reality of the snake. And where did the snake go now? When you discovered the snake has got dissolved in the rope. That is, whatever is illusory that was appearing, when we come to know the truth, that illusion gets dissolved, that becomes the reality. So the world becomes the reality. That is why they love everybody like Atma. The whole world becomes Atma for them. It's not that the other things have vanished, they are not existing. They are existing, but they have all become, by knowing the Atma, they have all become Atma. This is very, very important. If you can understand it, it is great. See, when you are seeing the snake, it is reality to you. The moment we discover that it is not the snake, it is a rope, that means we are discovering the truth, that it is a rope. The moment we discover it is a rope, then what happened to the snake? It has got dissolved. Now, where did the snake go? It has dissolved in the rope. It has become rope only. Huh? No, where is the poison in the rope? Unless you have put poison in the rope.
You said snake gets dissolved in the rope.
Yeah, all snakes are.
The delusion of the snake. The poison also is delusion there. You are imagining poison there. This is one point, that by discovery of the rope, the snake merges into the rope. Dissolve bolne se unka dikkat ho rahi. To chhod do dissolve, poison merges into the rope. Like that, when we discover the substratum, the real truth, the consciousness in which the world is appearing to be, the whole world becomes the Atma, the consciousness. As in the cinema, one who knows, a child may get frightened by seeing the visions in the cinema. You can switch off the projector light and put it on and put it off and explain to the child that it is nothing like that. It is all the play of the light. So it becomes all light there. This is one point. Another very important point is that even when you were seeing the snake, did anything happen to the rope? The rope remained the rope, is it not? This is what is said in Mundakopanishad, 6th verse. I have explained it quite a number of times. It's all there in the YouTube. The last line says, Kibalcha? Yattadadreshyam agraihyam agotram avarnam achakshushrotram tadapaanipadam nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam avyayam tadbhutayonim paripashyanti dhiraha. The last line. Avyayam. Avyayam means what? Imperishable, undecaying, unchanging, changeless. Avyayam tadbhutayonim paripashyanti dhiraha. Dhiraha paripashyanti. Dhiraha means the wise people, the knowers. Paripashyanti means see all around. Pashyanti means sees. Paripashyanti means everywhere they see. What do they see? Tad avyayam yat bhuta yonim. Bhuta yonim means from where everything is born. Yoni means the source of everything. It is not actually source but the substratum on which everything is appearing. He is saying avyayam that bhuta yonim. That means that which is giving rise to the world, by giving rise to the world, nothing happens to it. This is the most important point here. In anything in the creation, if you think of a source which is giving rise to an effect, something product or so, by producing something, the source is undergoing a change. Even the sun, as it is radiating, the proportion of helium is increasing in the sun compared to the hydrogen. The hydrogen is getting converted into helium, the radiation is coming out of it. So the sun is becoming more and more helium. Earlier it was more hydrogen. Every moment this change is taking place. So you cannot have any effect or any product without any change in the source material. Anywhere in the universe, you cannot have anything. Always the source will undergo a change to produce the effect. This is the causality law also. The cause becomes the effect by the change. It is called parinama srishti. That is in Sanskrit we call it parinama srishti or material creation. It's called material creation. That means you need some material. Suppose the wood, by giving fire and heat, the wood is becoming ash. Everywhere it is happening. By eating the good vegetables and beautiful sweets and payasam, all what you have eaten, the next day it becomes, Ma will scold me if I say. Which you would not like to touch at all, even go near. One person passing in the field one morning by mistake went to the same place where he had done it the previous day. So after sitting he realized and he made a face that went away from there. Then he heard a voice coming out. What are you doing? You are saying you are having hatred towards me? You know, I was such a beautiful cabbage yesterday. Coming in touch with you for a few hours, this is what has happened to me. So who is to be hated, you or me? These are all reality. They are joke, but it is not joke, it's all reality. So we are hating that, but we are the cause who have made it like this. So in this universe, nothing can be produced without undergoing a change. Whereas this is only one source which never undergoes a change by producing such huge, unimaginably active and huge universe. The consciousness doesn't undergo a change. It is wrong to say that the God took material and then created the universe. Where from he will get the material? Where is the God? These are all very elementary way of thinking in religions and all. The reality is, how it is possible? They call it Vivatta Srishti. The term is used is Vivatta Srishti. The other one is Parinama Srishti. What we see in the whole universe is Parinama Srishti. And the ultimate cause of this world, which is not a real cause, not a Parinama cause, material cause, is called Vivatta. Vivatta Srishti means apparential creation or apparent creation. That means they are just appearing. Suppose in dream you had created so many aircraft carrier and this and that and you travelled so much. But did anything change? You are back with your own mind, with your own consciousness. Nothing changed there. It all showed everything. And it did not take time, even a second, to create a sun there. In the dream you are seeing the sun. You have created that sun. It did not take even a moment to create it's just there. So these are all called apparent creation. The example, closest example, what we understand in the dream. You touch somebody there, you feel the touch, you feel everything is there, all the five senses are operating. But you did not do anything to create that dream world at all. It just appeared to be. So that is in the Shastras, in our Vedanta Shastras, it is called Vivatta Srishti. Vivatta, Vivarta. That is apparent creation or apparential creation. So when the snake was seen, nothing happened to the rope. Similarly, when the whole world is seen, nothing happens to our Atma or the Brahman. No change takes place in the Brahman. That is why there is a scope for realization. Suppose by projecting something, the consciousness or the Brahman was undergoing change, then how can you realize the Brahman? Every moment it is also changing like the world. You will not find anything permanent. You will not find anything immortal. This realization of immortal truth, permanent truth, unchanging, imperishable truth is possible only because of this, that it is giving rise to the whole universe without undergoing any change. Tad abhyayam yad bhuta yonim paripashyanti dhira. It's a great statement there. in Mundakopanishad, 6th verse, 6th mantra. The full explanation you will find in that YouTube. So, yadajnanato bhati vishvam samastam. That because of the ignorance of which truth, the whole universe is appearing to us as true. Bhati means is seen, shining, is seeing, but actually it is shining as true to us, reality. Vinashtam cha sadhyo yadatma prabodhe. Whereas this reality completely dissolves when we are knowing the Atma on which this is appearing. It is all written in Atma. Like air, if you write something, it will be air. You write a tiger, you write a dog, write God, everything is air only. Like that it is, everything is consciousness only. In holographic murti, as Netaji's murti they had put in Delhi, you can go this way, that way, you can see it is three-dimensional. But it's just a play of light. You can cross through the murti, nothing will happen. Yadajnanato bhati vishvam samastam.
Yadajnanato bhati vishvam samastam.
Vinashtam cha sadhyo yadatma prabodhe.
Vinashtam cha sadhyo yadatma prabodhe.
Manovagatitam vishuddham vimuktam.
Manovagatitam vishuddham vimuktam.
Param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi.
Param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi.
Here that sadhya means immediately. Tat kshanat. That the moment the Atma Prabodha comes, the world vanishes. Mano vag atitam. Manaha and vak. That means you can, atitam means transcending. Transcending the mind means you cannot conceptualize. Transcending the mind, what does it mean? We have to understand. You cannot conceptualize it. Whatever description you may give, it is not going to be accurate. Why? Because whatever description you are giving, it is a concept in your mind. That concept is revealed by the Atma, but the Atma is not the concept, it is the object. Vak means by any expression. As you cannot conceptualize, you cannot express it also by any word. You may say Satchidananda and all, they are not full expression, they are just closest expression. People give us to help us in realization going forward. Actually the Satchidananda, Sat means always there. But that means it is not Asat. That means it is not non-existing. Chit means it is the consciousness. That means it is not the inert, unconscious. Ananda means it is not the Nirananda. But actually the truth consists of both, everything. Form and formless. Whatever we can think of, it is only in the consciousness, otherwise it's not there. So any expression will not be valid. Vishuddham, vimuktam. See, everywhere they have added one V. It is quite common in shlokas, you will find. It's for a meter also. But V means Vishishta Rupena, Vishesha Rupena. Like pra is Prakrishta Rupena. Like that. No, that means Shuddham is not just purity. It is Vishishta Rupena pure, Shuddham. Vishuddham, the ultimate purity. What is the ultimate purity? But what is that? No, it is called Abheda Darshanam. Abheda darshanam jnanam, there is a statement. Abheda means there is no differential notion. That this is true and this is not true, like that is also not possible there. It is transcending everything. Bheda bheda shunya. Even calling it abheda is not alright, then something is bheda. It is beyond bheda, abheda also, discrimination also. It is transcending everything. That is why they are saying manovagatitam. This statement comes in various Upanishads. In Taittiriya it comes as yato vacho nivattante aprapya manasa saha. No. Yato vacho nivattante aprapya manasa saha. Then? No. Na vibheti kadachana. Another is yato vacho nivattante aprapya manasa saha. It is, can you see Taittiriya 2.4? Na vibheti kutaschana. It comes in two forms. In one first place it is na vibheti kadachana, then comes na vibheti kutaschana. Anandam brahmano vidvan. Got it, you did not say. Yato vacho nivattante aprapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidvan na vibheti kadachana. He says that from where all the words come back without being able to express. That is, we try to express, but we are not able to reach with the words. Aprapya manasa saha. The mind also comes back. It is not only expression. Expression is one thing. You cannot even conceive of it. You cannot have the conception of it. You cannot think of it in the mind, with the mind. Aprapya manasa saha. Nivartanta means it comes back. The words come back. The mind comes back without being able to conceptualize it. Anando brahmano vidvan. Anandam brahmano vidvan. Na bibheti kutaschana. Or kada. First one is kadachana. That the vidvan, the knower, knowing Brahman as the Ananda, he completely gets rid of all bhaya. It's the abode of fearlessness. As long as there is duality, there can be fear. When there is no duality, who will fear from whom? So the abode of fearlessness is this non-dual abode. So in that the Brahman is known as Ananda. It is the non-dual Ananda. It is not the dual Ananda. But just short of reaching the merging into the Brahman. It is the non-dual Ananda. That is why immediately they are saying Vishuddham. That means there is no Bheda. That is, subject-object division also is not there. It is all transcendental. Atitam. Why am I saying no division is there? Because what is Shuddha? Suppose water. When in the water some other particle is there, then we call it Ashuddha. Or even dal, rice. When something else is there, you call it Ashuddha. In Shuddha there won't be anything interfering. So in air, when there is other particles, dust particles and all, we call it Ashuddha. Pure air is pure. Like that, the pinnacle of purity is the consciousness. When there is no reality of the world is coming to the mind. That is, nothing is spoiling the purity of the Atma.
So, Swamiji, Vishuddha means epitome of purity?
You can say. Atma is the epitome of purity. They are trying to describe Atma by saying it is manovagatitam vishuddham. It is the purity. Similarly, Vak. Vak means words, vachaha.
It also includes impurity.
Huh?
It also includes impurity,
What?
the highest purity.
No.
Absence of.
It is free of the division between purity and impurity. So you cannot say it is impure or it is pure. So it's transcendental. Initially you have to become pure by removing the impurity. Then you have to transcend both when the two become, they dissolve into the same oneness. Venkat was asking something. You raised your hand. What is that?
Is it Vivatta, V-I-V-A? Is that the correct one?
Vivarta. V-I-V-A-R-T-A. Vimuktam, Vishesha Rupena Mukta. It's the ultimate, it is the pinnacle of freedom. There is no question of any bondage, because in bondage means there has to be boundary or bondage, there has to be some second. Without that, how can there be any bondage? So the Atma is Vimuktam. Param Brahma Nityam Tadeva Ahamasmi. That is by the ignorance of which the whole world is seen as, shines as real, and by the knowledge of it, or the knowledge of the experience, prabodha, experience of which the whole world immediately vanishes. The reality of the world vanishes. That which cannot be attained by the mind or the words, which is the pinnacle of purity and which has nothing to bind it. It is free in all sense. That Param Brahmayam, Nityam Param Brahmayam. Nishedhe krite neti neti ti vakyaihi.
निषेधे कृते नेति नेतीति वाक्यैः
समाधिस्थितानां यदा भाति पूर्णम्
समाधिस्थितानां यदा भाति पूर्णम्
अवस्थात्रयातीतमद्वैतमेकम्
अवस्थात्रयातीतमद्वैतमेकम्
परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि.
परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि.
परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि.
परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि.
निषेधे कृते नेति नेतीति वाक्यैः.
निषेधे कृते नेति नेतीति वाक्यैः
समाधिस्थितानां यदा भाति पूर्णम्.
समाधिस्थितानां यदा भाति पूर्णम्
अवस्थात्रयातीतमद्वैतमेकम्.
अवस्थात्रयातीतमद्वैतमेकम्
परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि.
परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि.
परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि.
परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि.
Once you understand the meaning well, thereafter while chanting you don't have to go into the meaning. Finally what we have to attain is the bhava. Bhava, you understand the... Bhava means that it is the emotion of the mind. So the mind will, once you know the meaning well, the mind will always try to get into that. Not that in detail you have to ask, for each word. When you want, you can again see and understand. But you can just meditate with contemplate with chanting also. You will find the mind completely gets dissolved by chanting. It's great, you will find a peace dawning in you. Nishedhe krite neti neti iti vakyaihi. These are all tritiya. Vakyaihi means tritiya, by. Nishedhe krite neti neti. Neti neti means na iti na iti. Na iti na iti. Iti vakyai. Na iti iti vakyai. This, it is completely denied, nishedhe krite, by such statements as neti neti, na iti. Yan neti, morning you chant, evening you chant. Yan neti vachanair nigama abochuhu. Nigama means the Vedas, the Shastras. The Vedas speak about which? About the truth. Neti vakyai. Yan neti vachanai there. Yan neti vachanair nigama avochu. Here it is neti vakyai. It is the same thing. That whatever concept you give, that, oh, the Brahman, it is then like this. Also, no, not that. Then it is this? No, that is also not. That is the meaning of neti. Because if something is iti, that means you give a description on the Brahman and we say, yes, it is this. Then actually you are referring to a concept of the mind. Iti means it is the concept of the mind. So you have been able to express the Brahman in that. So the final description of the Brahman is neti. That is, you cannot express, you cannot even conceptualize in your mind. The mind has to become it to have it. By the purity, the mind becomes the Atma. It's a self-revealing. By any expression, any conception, you cannot reveal it. Samadhisthithanam yad avhati purnam, which is shining to those who are in the samadhi. Samadhisthithanam, who is established in samadhi. To them it shines as Purna. Why Purna? Purna means what? Suppose my glass is there, I put water, it is Purna? Is it that kind of a Purnata? Normally we say it is full. The well can be full, the glass can be full, the river can be full, the pond can be full. But there all the limit is there. The above the pond it is air. Water is only in the pond. Even in the whole, around the earth, the air, it is only that much. Beyond that it is not there. Even the space, if you say, space is not the time. Space and time are different. They may be coordinates of the continuum, whatever the science is, but they are different. So, a Purna means where you cannot have any boundary at all. That is the real Purna. This Brihadaranyaka Shanti Mantra Purnamada Purnamidam I have explained in great detail. It is there in the YouTube also. Writing also should be there, no? Handout, mein? Shanti Mantra handout, it is there. That is the Purna. It is not the usual objective Purnata, where something is there and we feel it. A balloon is full with the hydrogen gas. It is not that kind of a Purnata. Purna means there is no second. Nothing. Full means that is the fullness, spiritual fullness. You can say anything, we have to understand that. That's it. Purna is a word we should not try to replace with anything. That is why in the Shanti Mantra I have kept the word Purna. It is not complete, it is not full, it is nothing. You can. Then we will dilute the meaning. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. This is Purna, that is Purna. If you take away Purna from the Purna, Purna remains. The whole world is Purna. But if that objective Purna you take out of the, which is appearing in this consciousness, by that no change has taken place in the consciousness. It remains Purna, it remains Purna. So that Purnata appears in Samadhi, because Samadhi it is not a subject-object. It is not that in Samadhi the individual is knowing it as Purna. That no unknown difference is not there. He becomes Purna. That is why it is that this knowledge is being and becoming. He can only know by becoming that full, becoming Purna. It is not that I am seeing Brahman is Purna. No. Do you get it? What are you saying?
In the third sloka we had the word Pariched Shunyam. But here we said Pariched Vihina.
Same.
Right.
Same. So those who are in Samadhi, this truth, it shines as the Purna, because there is nothing other than that. Even that I am knowing this is also not there. He cannot say that I am known it as Purna. He becomes that, and that is his Samadhi. Avasthatrayatita Titam Advaitam Ekam. It is avasthatrayatitam, that is wakeful, dream and sleep. These are the three avastha, three state of being that we know of. Our wakeful world, dream world and the sleep when there is no world. These are the three states of being we have. But this is transcending all that, because all these three are taking place in it. So it is called the fourth state, which does not mean 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. It encompasses all that. Yesterday also I have explained. 1, 2, 3 all together. So it is called Turiyam. Avastha, that was in the previous shloka yesterday we did. Avasthatrayatitam Advaitam Ekam. It is non-dual. Non-dual means immediately we should know that it is without the division of subject and object. Non-dual means the ultimate duality. Everywhere it is duality and multiplicity. But the ultimate duality we are suffering from is the subject and object. We want to know Atma also with the duality that I am knowing Atma. And there is the trouble. So, ultimately it is the non-dual truth, it is called Advaita, Advaitam, Ekam. That is the only. Actually, Ekam means one. It is transcending. Ekam also it is Aditam. Because when we say Ekam, one, we have a concept of two and many. Is it not? So we have to understand that. Brahma param brahma nityam tadevaham asmi. So I have done more than what is wanted. Only 3 are left, I can easily finish. I will take up the questions. ये सब चीज छोले भटूरे खिला दिया है. I know that I cannot, it doesn't suit me. But when you make and keep in front, and I have the excuse of saying I have to know how they are prepared.
We were just discussing that Swami didn't bring out chole.
Swamiji, is it pronounced as Vijnanam or Vijnanam?
Vijnanam. Vijnanam, Vijnanam, not Vijnan, not Ga. It is Jaya, Vijnan. You have to distort your face to the extent of looking ugly. Then only it will come out properly. Ajnanam, Vijnanam. Okay. What is meant by relaxed attention? What have you written? Attentiveness. I understand by relaxed you mean surrendered. But how do I discriminate? And then this surrendered word you need not use here. It is surrendered is always will make you the last point of relaxation comes through surrender only, because you have nothing to do. But without going that far also, to the extent we can be effortless, it means effortless. When we are wanting to understand something, we put so much of concentration and effort, is it not? To understand the word, trying to this, trying to that. But once we have gone through it, just now I said that while chanting you did not go into all so much of detail and all. That is the exercise of the intelligence. You simply allow the bhava to sink in you. I think I have written behind the book Song of the Soul also. You simply float on the tunes, after learning the meanings and all, simply listen to, and you float on it, the sound will take you to silence. It automatically you will reach the silence through that. That will not happen as long as you are effortful. You are trying to understand. That is the meaning basically. But surrendered means it's an ultimate sense of complete wholesome relaxation. How do I discriminate at a crucial point whether I am surrendering the issue or being inattentive? No. Inattentive, if you don't know, then you are inattentive. There is no question of deluding oneself that it is surrender or so. When you are surrendered, you will not have any resistance in doing something you do not like. Ramana Maharshi's statement is there, Ishvara arpitam nechaya kritam. Very short, we can remember. Ishvara arpitam means offered to the Lord. What is offered to the Lord? Nechaya kritam, na ichchaya kritam. That means which we do not do out of our gainful desire or anything. Free of desire when we do. That becomes surrender. So we can always test that something I am not able to do, I am prevented from doing, and I am having a resistance against that. That is not surrender. We should be able to take it also. Ishvara arpitam nechaya kritam. Ishvara arpitam, Ishvara arpitam, na ichchaya kritam, nechaya kritam. Surrender means there will not be any complaint about anything. That doesn't mean that you will not lead a revolution even. You can take up a revolution for the benefit of the society. That is not a personal complaint or anything. You can do anything, but without any complaint. Then, during silent sitting, how to decide that the peaceful state that you experienced was sleep or actual quietness of mind? That you have to decide. Ramakrishna Dev said in similar case an example that one small boy before going to sleep told the mother that, "Mother, when I feel like having motion, please wake me up." So the mother said that the motion will wake you up. So whatever is happening, we have to analyze. But there will be, in silent sitting or meditation, there will be various states which you can find out from the Shastras what it is, but it's not really necessary always. If it is peaceful, then it is good. But if it is a very inert something after which you feel lot of lethargy, then it is not good. Those are the symptoms of Jada Samadhi. I mean, it should not result in Jadatva, inertness. It should not result in rigidity. You will feel often, if you do it properly, you will feel often like as if melting, spreading in the atmosphere or on the soil. Suppose you keep a cloth, dry cloth like this. It will stand like this, is it not? If you wet the cloth, it will sit down like that. Any liquid, you cannot make it stand like that, it will flow. That is the nature of our real consciousness, Atma, because by its nature it is all-pervading. So that pervasion, permeation, melting, those are the good points when our normal worldly rigidity is melting down. That is how you have to judge whether what I am doing is good or bad. All what is it, we need not understand. I need not go into that detail. Whether it is good or not, whether it is taking me to a more expansiveness, a more soft flexibility, all-embracing love, etc. These are the good things which will come out of sitting. That we can easily make out what is happening. There was a lady in Delhi who will repeatedly get into Jada Samadhi while listening to the lecture also. And she used to look fierce. Not only children, we also used to get scared looking at her. As such was very big, hefty. They become like a stone. The hands all will become like this, like this. Swamiji has discouraged so many times. You should not. Why can you not prevent? Whenever it is appearing, you prevent it. It is not good. Don't think that it is a spiritual. People mistake. That is the problem. That they start thinking that it is a spiritual symptom and I am so much of misunderstanding is there in the world. They think I am becoming very spiritual by that. So once you start thinking like that, it will come more and more. You are encouraging it to come. You have to deny it. You have to stop it. So anything, we should be very clear about the ultimate aim. What are we trying to become? We are trying to become expansive, universal, all-embracing, extremely flexible to accept anything, and surrendered. Surrendered means absolutely whatever comes I can take. Whatever the world brings, I am ready to take it. Whatever the world takes away, I am ready to leave it. Everything is all right. So the corresponding qualities we should be encouraging. One way to purify the mind is to learn to accept whatever happens in our life as an opportunity to evolve. evolve. How can I keep this faith always? It is not really faith. Initially, before practicing, it can be a faith. Later on, it's a knowledge. Is this rekha or this rekha? See, what is the point here? That suppose something which is not very likable, some calamity or some dukkha situation, some difficult situation, some difficulties have come. And we are not ready to course through that difficulty. We want to avoid. Always all the negative situations there will be a tendency to avoid. But the spiritual, what we are saying is that don't try to avoid like that. You course through the circumstances accepting it, then you will find you have gone to a higher dimension. Because that fear will go. Fear of facing a situation will go. And you will definitely feel that I have improved. So it is not a faith that all the difficulties are opportunity, but it's a knowledge. Once you do it, if you practice it, it becomes a knowledge for you that by coursing through it we will become. Even in daily relations, it is true of us also. Suppose I want to correct something, but I know that it will not be palatable when I say. It will not be liked, so there is a difficulty, and which will prevent us from saying. But suppose we give a little time and finally, lovingly, if we feel that the person may take correction, lovingly we point out, then it will definitely be an opening, a growth for both the persons as well as relationship also. When you openly say something and the other person accepts it, then it grows to a higher dimension of relationship also. This is very often happen with our workers. We have to face the difficult situations.
If we are encountering, going to face a problematic person, so should we avoid or face it?
No, I am not asking you to find out problematic persons and go and interact with him. That you can do, nobody is saying no. But the tendency to which has to be done, the tendency to avoid that and to shun it, that makes us small. We are fearing that interaction. Why should we fear that interaction? If I have all good intention and love for the person, I should be able to openly deal with it. In my case, I often find that providentially the occasion comes when I very humorously, jokingly I can say what I will not be able to say otherwise. So the person also may not be feeling bad, that is my assumption, but generally will not feel bad so much.
May I say something? My son coined a phrase called fear vana.
Fear?
Fear vana, which is finding nirvana in fear. They called it fear vana. Yeah, he says face your fear only then.
Yes, that is very true. There is another truth in it. People, what do you fear? Which is more powerful than if you can win over your fear, you are taking a higher pedestal. And from there you can operate. Then it will be very powerful in its effect also. Suppose when even some people are suffering from some memory, that the memory comes and haunts, it becomes a real disease for some people, which is a very shocking memory or so. So Swamiji always says that you, after taking bath and all, you sit, there is a method. And you deliberately bring in that memory. By that what is happening? Now when the memory was coming, you are asking it to go away because you are afraid of that. Now if you stand there and ask the memory to come, that means you are at a higher position. Lad lenge aa jao. But not in that lad lenge position, but friendly way. You come, I will course through it. This will happen everywhere, in family, in office. We should be able to course through all the difficulties. Then we will rise to higher and higher dimensions. Swamiji, you had mentioned that objects and thoughts arise from, not from the consciousness, in the consciousness. Does it mean that our individual mind does not have a free will in the creation of thought? Could you kindly elaborate on the process? This might also help me in having quality of vairagya. See, it's not... Can you control your thought is the main thing. When the thoughts come, what we can do is we can fill the mind with various things. Suppose I want to become very good in mind. So I can read noble things, I can think about noble efforts, I can see noble, many things, say liberal things and all. So what am I doing? I am bringing in nutrition to the mind so that the mind becomes liberal and noble. When that is a mindset, the basic mind becomes like that. The bhava of the mind becomes like that. Now whatever the bhava of the mind will generate those thoughts. If the mind is liberal, it will generate liberal thoughts. If it is constricted, if it is selfish, it will generate selfish thoughts. Now, in a way, we don't have the free will in the sense that whatever the bhava it will generate, you try to obstruct them, you will not be successful. 100 times you can say that no, I will not do it. Again, the similar thoughts will come up and you will be falling. So it's not that we don't have free will at all, but definitely we have free will to change the mindset. And that is how we are controlling we are changing the thoughts. It is very simple that we are operating on a causal level, and whatever changes we bring in the causal level will automatically have greater effect in the effects. Suppose every time we behave in a hurting manner to people and I say, no, I did a wrong thing, I should not do. You do again, it will come. Because you are trying to check it when the behavior has come. Now that behavior is a result of the thought in the mind. That means in the mind there must be hurtful thoughts. That is why the hurtful behavior is coming. So you try to change the thoughts. Change them into good thoughts, loving thoughts and all. You will find they are not coming. Angry thoughts are coming, hurting thoughts are coming, challenging thoughts are coming. Why? Because the basic mindset is still having that impurity or so. So it is better to try to change the source of the thoughts, that is the mindset. Then automatically we don't have to struggle with any thoughts at all. Everything will take place. It is just like changing the course of Ganges by adjusting the stone in Gomukha or pushing the river from the bottom. Naturally, the one we operate at the source point will be more efficient. Does it clarify your point? Two more are there, try to finish. Yesterday you had explained about Matya. Can you please throw some more light on it? See, it could have been Bhaktya also in that shloka. It could have been the Samaradhya Guru Bhaktya. They have used Matya. In some version it is Bhaktya also. So I said that Matya has got a much wide range of meanings where it means understanding, because Matya word has come from Mati. That is from the understanding. That is when we are really trying to have devotion to the Guru, unless we understand, we have a very good understanding of what the Guru wants, what the Guru represents, how can we have the proper bhakti? It will not be there. To have devotion to anything, we must first of all understand the value of it, which we are not able to value. We cannot have a proper devotion. It will be just superfluous, superficial devotion. It won't be the real devotion. So matya means having determination, unwavering understanding. All these things are there in that word. So that I found very much applicable to Guru Bhakti. Because to listen to the words of the Guru, you have to have a proper understanding of what the Guru represents. Actually, it means Shraddha. Shraddha means what we value, how much we value. Accordingly, we can do. Is it okay? Though I know happiness from worldly things are not lasting, I find it is easy and quick to get that job. Get that job. Y and B are same. Brahman हो गया दोनों ही. Joy may be because of my existing vasanas. Yes, no doubt about it. How do I correct this so that I can quickly get joy and happiness from? No, quickly. Any quick joy is not going to give you something. From spiritual thinking. No, you have to apply your viveka to understand the value of it. Shraddha mayoyam purushaha yo yat shraddha saeva saha. 17th chapter, Bhagavad Gita. A man, he may look like different out of this. He may behave also, does all these things. But what a man really is, as far as spirituality is concerned, is what his Shraddha is. Shraddha Mayaha. He is an embodiment of Shraddha. Suppose you value money to be the most in life, then will you not always try to have money? Your mind will be full of money. So that will be, your Shraddha is for money. So you are that. Similarly, suppose your family, you think give value to family, then it will be like that. Those who give maximum value to the nation, they sacrifice their life also for the nation. They sacrifice their family, sacrifice their property, sacrifice their life also for the nation. Because their Shraddha is for the nation. That our nation should improve. Our nation, when there was independence movement also. So many people were doing, how they were doing? Their Shraddha was for liberating the nation. So their whole being, nobody remembers them for anything else they did in life. Only their independence movement participation is remembered by the people, because that was what they were. Like that, a person who gives maximum value to Brahman or the truth, he becomes Brahmanishtha. The Nishtha means that his whole life is Brahman and nothing else. So you need not look for joy at all. Our worldly vasanas, you can have some little fulfillment through joy and all, you can have it. But in spirituality, people come to spirituality because they are looking for joy, but that is not the real thing. All I have finished.